Okay, so let's look at warm up. So on the first one, how do we find the area of that parallelogram? Just base times height. So 18 times 20 is what? 360. Yep, square feet. Okay, next one's a parallelogram also. So again, just base times height. 29 times 11. What is that? 319. Yep. Okay, next one's a triangle. So how do we find the area of a triangle? How do you find the area of a triangle? How do you find the area of a triangle? What's the formula? Yes, base times height divided by 2. So in this one, it's going to be 49 times 42 divided by 2. So 49 is the base, 42 is the height. 49 times 42 divided by 2 is what? Is what? $1,029 square inches. All right. Next one, same thing. The base is 36 times the height of 45 divided by 2. And it's 810 square feet. Okay, next one is this trapezoid. So this is what we did yesterday. Okay, so on this, remember you add the two bases, and remember the two bases are the two sides that are parallel to each other on a trapezoid. So you do base 1 plus base 2 times the height, which is the distance between the bases, which is 20, all divided by 2. It's going to be 24 times 10 should be 240. Yep. Okay, and then on this one again, the bases are the two sides parallel to each other, which are these. So 12 plus 18 times the height of 15, all divided by 2. Yep. 225 square feet. Okay, so today what we're going to talk about is how you find the area of a kite and a rhombus. And we'll flip back over to these in just a second. That's how it works. Let's flip it back over, and let's actually do the measuring on this. Now, before we do the measuring, let's talk about the difference between these. Okay, so we have a kite here and a rhombus here. So first of all, I guess let's talk about a rhombus. We've talked about this several times this year. It's been a while and we didn't say a lot about it, but we've definitely talked about it. What makes a rhombus a rhombus? Exactly. Good. Perfect. Okay, a rhombus has 4 equal sides. Okay, or 4 congruent sides. That's what makes a rhombus a rhombus. All 4 sides are always equal. So what that means is like this side, this side, this side, and this side are all going to be the same. Okay? So what makes a kite a kite? Okay. Yep, exactly. It has 2 pair of equal sides. It has 2 pair of equal sides. Or I guess we could say 2 pair of consecutive equal sides or something like that. So in other words, what that means is in a kite, this side and this side are always going to be the same length, and this side and this side are always going to be the same length. So that's the way you can tell the difference in a rhombus and a kite. And really, it's easy just to pretty much look at it and tell the difference. On a rhombus, all four sides are always going to be the same length. On a kite, it's like a traditional kite, like what you would think of. These two are going to be the same length, and then these two are going to be the same length. Okay, but to find the area, of this kite and rhombus, we're actually going to measure the diagonals. That's how we find the area of these. So let's go ahead and do that now. So with your ruler, let's measure the length of these two diagonals right here. In centimeters, of course. Okay. So how long is that diagonal right there? About 2.2 is what it looks like, okay? So that whole diagonal is about 2.2 centimeters. Now let's measure this diagonal, this line segment QS. So that looks like about 4. It's kind of between there. We'll say 4.9. So this diagonal is 2.2 centimeters. This diagonal is about 4.9. So we're going to go diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. So 2.2 times 4.9, oops, 4.9 divided by 2, and the area is about 5.39 square centimeters, okay? All right, let's measure these diagonals over here on this rhombus now. So that one, PR, looks like about 6.1 centimeters, the whole thing. And then QS here looks like it's right at 4. So again, I'm going to go diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. Thank you. Area of about 12.2 square centimeters. Okay, so let's turn it over and let's talk about the formula real quick. Okay, area formula for a kite and rhombus, it's the same formula. Here it is, it's area equals diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. Okay, or sometimes you'll see it written like this: 1/2 times diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. Same thing. I'm just going to use it write it like this. Okay, so the diagonals are like this. This is one diagonal, and then this would be the other diagonal. So what you're going to do on a rhombus or a kite is you multiply this diagonal times this diagonal and divide that number by 2. Okay, so diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. So pretty simple. So on this one, how long is this diagonal right here? 15. How long is this diagonal? It's 8. So I'm going to do diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. And it's what? Okay, good. 60 square meters. Okay, on this next one, so what this is talking about is from here to here is 9 inches, and from here to here is 9 inches. So how long is this whole diagonal right here? That whole thing is 18. And how long is this whole diagonal right here? It's going to be 28. Okay? So we're going to do diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. Okay, yep, 252 square inches. Okay, on the next one, how long is this whole diagonal? 12. How long is this whole diagonal? It's 12, okay? So it's going to be 12 times 12 divided by 2. Thank you. And it's what? 72, whatever units that is. Okay, so we're now, and let's look at this one right here. So this one that's turned on its side, where the numbers are kind of turned on its side, is that an example of a kite or a rhombus right there? This is a kite. So on your assignment in a little bit, that's going to be part of it. On the ones where you're actually measuring, is you're going to have to say, is it a rhombus or is it a kite? And it'll just have it where you can just circle which one it is. But this one's a kite. But we still want to find its area. So how long is this whole diagonal right here? It's 10, 5 and 5, and then how long is this whole diagonal? It's going to be 17. So we're going to do diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. Is going to be 85 square feet. Okay, next one. What does this one look like? It looks like a rhombus. Okay, and actually it is because of the property of those being bisected. But this is a rhombus. Okay, now, again, what does it mean whenever you see like this mark right here and this mark right here? What are they telling you? They're congruent. So they're saying this is 12 from here to here and it's 12 from here to here. So how long is this whole diagonal? It's 24. And then same thing here. These two are congruent. So how long is this whole diagonal? It's going to be 20. So we're going to go diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. It's going to be 240 square feet. Okay, one more. It says one diagonal of a rhombus is twice as long as the other. Okay, and they already have kind of it represented down here for us. If the area of the rhombus is 169 square millimeters, what are the lengths of the diagonals? Okay, so remember area is diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. That's the formula. So now what's going on is I know the area and I'm looking for these over here. Okay, so the area is 169. Okay, diagonal 1, we're going to say is this one is x. And diagonal 2 is going to be this other one is represented by 2x. since it says that one diagonal is twice as long as the other. So we have x times 2x divided by 2. Okay, and what I'm doing here is I'll be solving for x, okay? So here we go. Here's the first thing. What is x times 2x? It is 2x squared. Yep. Okay, x times 2x is 2x squared. Now, the way they have this set up is going to make this nice and neat. What's going to happen to these two, this 2 over this 2? What happens to those? Yeah, they're going to cancel each other to a 1, so that's going to leave 169 equals x squared. And then how do we get rid of a square? We take the square root of it. And what is the square root of 169? It's 13. Yep. So going back up here, if x is 13, how long is this diagonal right here? Yeah, it's 13. And if x is 13, how long is this diagonal down here going to be?
26.
Yeah, it's going to be 26. Exactly. 2 times 13 is 26. Now you could just check that. Go 13 times 26 divided by 2. And if you did that, you're going to see it gives you this 169 that we started off with.